I can't hear anything on our stream either.
If we were doing Critical Role, this would have been really appropriate. Hells.
Why don't you say something?
Hello.
Bum.
There we go. Oh,
There we go. Hello.
All the audio properties are messed up. Oh,
Oh no, Duncan.
Anyone watching, you're just going to have to go and download the podcast to hear what we were going on about.
Yep.
Duncan just.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Russ has already said the. Russ has already said the best joke of the pod.
He did, and Duncan just like flawlessly recited the introduction as well.
Also, I think if you missed the first, 3 minutes of that, you're probably in a better position than if you had caught it. So,
Tom's not here. He's at I'll just quickly summarise. Tom's not here because he's at a really exciting exhibition at the Imperial War Museum, which is about called War in Computer Games or War in Games. And
it's not called either of those things.
Or
It's called
whatever
War
it's
Games.
called. Is it War Games?
Yeah.
Just War Games, yeah.
But there you go. I mean, I was just making shit up as I went along there. Never guessed. And Tom, who is MIA.
He's not here.
He's not
okay,
here.
I think we've established that one.
And
now.
Dan and Russ all talked about it, and their faces appear in the Imperial War Museum. So there you go.
They do, ridiculously. And if anyone knows how to get OBS to stop resetting its audio input property settings without you fucking telling it to, do let me know.
Why? What's going on?
So OBS is it's all it's all working, it's all good, but it decided to switch to some random different audio inputs for the desktop audio and the microphone, which are things that aren't even plugged into this computer anymore and that I haven't used for ages.
That's annoying. What a dick.
So
shots fired against OBS though, Russ.
Listening to us. But open
Fucking
source.
OBS.
What are you going to do?
OBS more like
It's actually a
prick.
It's actually an extremely capable bit of software that does for free what you used to have to pay huge amounts of money for.
This is very true. We take it all back, OBS. And if you'd like to sponsor us, then feel free.
Well, if it's free already, then Anyway, so for those who missed this,
Tom's not here.
Forget that. Forget about Tom.
News.
We're doing news. Dan's favourite news. No. News.
Let's go.
News.
Okay,
Let's do it. Dan, take it away. Again, looks.
Yeah. Okay. So we should probably talk about Deadpool, right? Like that was the biggest story of like the last couple of weeks.
This is probably the actual news that's happened.
Yeah, like let's kick off. For once, kick off with the big story, which is Deadpool 3 was announced, and not just Deadpool 3 was announced, but they announced that Hugh Jackman is reprising his role as Wolverine for Deadpool 3 as well.
They did say he's definitely going to be Wolverine, isn't he? He's not just going to be in it.
He specifically says, "Hey, do you want to come back and be Wolverine one more time?"
True,
yeah, sure, right. Yeah. So yeah, and then they released another video today, which is they're meant to be like answering like all the questions about it, and then Careless Whisper plays over the top of it. I think it's Careless Whisper, isn't it? Yeah.
So the only question they actually answer is, so is he dead or what then? And they basically just say that, Logan is separate, not part of this, unrelated, alternate universe, whatever you want to call it, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
which
set
is
in 2029. Like, I've assumed that all this is now alternate universe because this is all MCU now. Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the X-Men movies aren't even consistent with themselves in their own universe. There is no way you could link that, say that all of that stuff happened in the MCU.
And we wouldn't want them to either because it's going to be...
Because
the X-Men films aren't very good. Yeah.
First one, cracking.
Like, we could do a ranking X-Men films podcast at some point.
I think there's one I haven't seen. They've all got such strange titles that I can't remember.
You've got
I've seen First Class.
X-Men.
I'm pretty sure I've seen Days of Future Past.
So we go start from the start. X-Men, X-Men 2,
Seen both.
X-Men Last Stand.
Not seen that, I don't think.
Juggernaut, bitch. No? Vinnie Jones, Juggernaut?
No, I've not seen that one.
Lucky you.
Yeah.
Then you've got X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Unfortunately, I have seen that, and that is fucking bobbins. And that
Yeah.
but that's the one we have to thank for Deadpool, isn't it?
It is.
Because Ryan
Also-
Reynolds had such a miserable time doing it in that he was like, no, I'm going to do it differently.
They fucked up Gambit in that one, so it's unforgivable. So, and then you've got Wolverine. Then I think it's X-Men First Class.
I have seen the one that's just called Is that the one with loads of samurai stuff in it?
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
have seen that one, but I saw it on a plane, so I didn't really see it because I was delirious with sleep.
It's all right. It's fine. Then yeah, you've got X-Men First Class.
Have seen that.
You've got Days of Future Past.
Seen that.
Then I think it was Deadpool. I might be wrong.
Well, yeah. If because that's sort of in the X-Men universe as well.
Yeah, Deadpool counts. It's definitely in the X-Men universe.
Yeah, I mean, like he sees them all in the house, doesn't he?
They go to Xavier's mansion. Then Apocalypse, which is really dull.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one.
I think I did see that one.
Oh my
I
god!
don't remember it. I think it was Bobbins.
Oscar Isaac plays Apocalypse, which is something
yes.
that no one has ever asked for. And I love Oscar Isaacs, but well, no, just stop now. And then you've got Logan, which is fucking incredible.
That made me cry.
Well, yeah,
I was on a plane, admittedly.
yeah.
But-
Then Deadpool 2 and X-Men Dark Phoenix. And then there's
Yeah,
New
which
Mutants as
I've
well.
also not seen.
Yeah, I think that's all of the X-Men films. I think so. Yeah. And of them, I think 3 of them are good. Maybe.
I don't think X-Men 2 was that bad.
X-Men 2 is one of the 3. Oh, okay. So the Deadpool films are both good as well. So Deadpool 1, 2.
Of the specifically X-Men films.
Oh,
1,
then it's
2, and First
One's not good.
Class.
One's really boring.
Oh, but like, I think one gets a bit of a pass because people weren't used to superhero movies then. Not really.
No, we definitely hadn't had 2 Batman films by that point.
No, but
Sorry,
they're,
4
like,
Batman films by that
but
point.
that's all you'd had.
Hmm.
And even those Batman films labour over the origin story every time.
We hadn't had any Superman films by that point as well.
Oh, for
So,
God's sake! Don't be a pedantic little shit, or you're going to get put in your box. People were not as used to superhero movies as they are now,
No, you're right.
and certainly not this.
I'm pretty certain
sprawling-
Blade had been out at that point as well, but you know.
they were all very like they all had an origin story, and they were all single character, pretty much focused films. Whereas this was
Yeah,
like
but that
a
first
group.
Blade is an amazing film.
Blade's fucking great. Yeah.
I feel
Basic-
like whatever we talk about, at some point it comes around to, Blade's an amazing movie, isn't it?
Well, that's
Yeah.
because it is. Oh, there was a Spawn movie as
There
well.
was, yeah.
Yeah, I think that was.
There was
that
Blade
the
2 as
version,
well.
wasn't it?
And then Blade Trinity was Bobbins.
Yeah, it was.
You know, Matt Goss is in on Strictly. He's a really weird bloke.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he's in Blade
2.
2.
No, it's Luke Goss is.
Oh, is it?
They're pretty interchangeable.
So
There you
so Luke Goss is in that, and Luke Goss is also in Hellboy 2,
Yeah.
playing roughly the same character. I seem to remember. I don't
Pretty
know,
much,
I
actually.
might be
Yeah.
wrong.
Hellboy 2 is amazing.
Hmm?
Hellboy 2 is incredible.
Hellboy 2 is not better than Hellboy 1, though.
I think it might be.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate your opinion here.
I'm pretty sure Hellboy 2 is better than Hellboy 1.
I always
bit in
thought
the
Ross's
troll
opinion
market.
was right, though.
No, not always.
Yeah, let me just check.
We're demonstrating that right now.
So, out of the X-Men movies, we're saying Logan is probably 1 because it is fantastic.
See, I like Logan. I don't like Logan as much as everyone else likes Logan.
Oh,
But I understand that it probably is the number 1. Yes, I'll go
and
with
then it would be X-Men 2 because I love that one.
that. See, for me, Days of Future Past is the best of the actual X-Men films.
I would agree with that.
I really like Days of Future Past. Like it was,
Gritty, dark.
yeah, and it kind of stuck to the original story as well. I'm not saying that that's what makes it good, but like it does help. Yeah, I
And
really like
also, Fassbender and McAvoy are fantastic.
it. Yeah,
Actually, they also make First Class really good.
yeah.
I enjoyed First Class.
Yeah, I enjoyed First Class as well. So First Class, 2, and Days of Future Past are the 3 good actual X-Men films. I think anyway. That, you know.
Anyway, so Deadpool 2, Deadpool 3.
Yeah, so it's got a really it's got a really funny like reveal video. Like, one had the funniest reveal video where he's Bob Ross. That was still the best one, I think. Which
that was
that
Deadpool
one?
2.
Was it Deadpool 2? Was
because
it?
it ends up with a picture of them all at Thanksgiving dinner with Cable in the background.
Oh, that's right. Just the God, I love cocaine.
Whack off again.
Yeah. The Deadpool films are great, by the way. Both of them
They are good. I know people sometimes are like, I've had a bit much of Ryan Reynolds doing the Ryan Reynolds thing, and I get it. Saw Free Guy, that was sort of all right, but it was very much Ryan Reynolds doing the Ryan Reynolds thing again.
Yeah, I'm a bit sick of him, to be honest with you, but I think Deadpool's kind of gets a bit of a pass.
They are good. Those films, they are funny.
Love is Blind. No, you are.
Just Winnie the Poohing it. Like there's a little bit of they've got into sort of improv indulgence a little bit sometimes, you can tell.
Yeah,
but they are good, and they're a refreshing change from your sort of mainstream superhero stuff.
I just love in a perfectly serious moment where like he's talking about his cancer, but like she's trying to talk to him and he goes, it's just up, thinking about those Taken films. And they have a serious conversation. He goes, they made 3 of those films. I'm beginning to think Liam Neeson's not a very good dad. It just cracks me up every single time. It's so well done. Really, really funny. And this one will probably be no less. Like, we can spoil Deadpool 2 now. People have had a chance to watch it, haven't they?
Yeah,
I haven't actually seen it.
It's not the most plot-dependent film in the world, is it?
No, but him putting X-Force together is brilliant as well.
Yeah, it's inspired.
Huh?
It's wonderful watching what happens to all of them.
Yeah. Is it Phil, just the normal guy with?
Yeah. Who lives, doesn't he? He survives.
No, I don't think. Does he?
I think he does. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure.
But it's the way they all jump out of the plane and he's just there still in his like suit and just. And when you find out who Vanisher is as well.
Yeah, and the fact that he actually turned up to film it.
Yeah,
that could have been done with just sort of 10 minutes of work on a green screen and then sort of CGI it in, but he actually rocked up, got into costume and makeup and did it properly.
For a coffee, that was his price, wasn't it? He said, "Buy me a coffee and I'll do it."
Yes.
And as it worked out afterwards, he the director of Deadpool 2 is the person that directed Bullet Train. So
it is, isn't it? Yeah.
And that's obviously got like a close relationship with Brad Pitt. So Bullet Train, by the way, a lot of fun.
Yeah, I've not got around to seeing that yet, but it doesn't look like the most
silly,
sort of mentally taxing of films.
No, it's really good. I really liked it anyway. It's really silly, but it's.
It looks like where Crank is insane. This looks like it's gone the more sort of silly, humorous route.
Yeah. Yeah. Crank's a little too. I mean, Crank's something else in it. Let's be honest. but Crank's a little different from this. But yeah, it is really good. So yeah. Yeah, I was Deadpool 3. I mean, what else would we want from a Deadpool 3? Deadpool 3 in the MCU, like no holds barred kind of thing now.
Well, I mean, are they? Is this how the X-Men happen? Are they going to start bringing in the mutants?
I mean, we've already technically seen a mutant.
We've technically
Two
seen
mutants.
someone saying you're a mutant to somebody.
But we've also seen a mutant.
Who?
Have you guys seen Doctor Strange?
Oh no.
No? Okay. Russ?
Yeah, but weren't they in like an alternate reality?
Still a mutant.
Yeah, but not in the main continuity. So obviously, yeah, like there are whole characters that have been in it who are traditionally mutants, but they just haven't really talked about it.
Yeah.
But in terms so whether or not, yeah, it doesn't really matter how you get your powers, but are the X-Men rocking up? Basically, is this how they're going to come into it? I mean, part of me thinks that the X-Men might never really go into the MCU at all as the
No,
X-Men.
they support Fox just for giggles.
No, but like you could use the characters, but you don't have to have the framework of the X-Men. You could here's some Wolverine in some stuff. Here's some Gambit in some stuff.
I mean, don't tease me.
Pick out some of the baddies to use wherever you want.
They absolutely have to have the X-Men.
You'd hope so, yeah.
They had to. Like they spent a fortune on that, and you can't not have the X-Men, just because, like, the X-Men essentially are going to be one whole phase's worth of their Avengers.
Yeah.
Like, you can do all the individual films, but at the end of the day, you're still going to need an X-Men film because you're banking on this superhero thing lasting a long time. And as a result, at some point, you're going to need a whole universe based around the X-Men as well. That would be my guess anyway.
It's going to get to the point where, like, when something goes wrong in the MCU, there's going to be a queue of heroes trying to be the first one to get in there and fix it. There's going to be so many of them knocking around.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It's but that's why they're all now in different cities. Someone pointed out that New York is incredibly well protected. So as a result, people, it's entirely moved out. Yeah, so Deadpool 3, other things I'd want to see. I mean, it would be funny to kind of get the same team together from X-Men Origins Wolverine. And I'm sure you could do something funny with that. I don't know. I'm not the idea.
Who was it? There was like Electricity Sparkle Fingers, wasn't there?
Yeah, Blink. Is that his name? Can't remember.
What did he do? Is that who I'm thinking of?
Yeah, he's the guy that could control like security cameras and stuff. It was the Hobbit. Can't remember his name.
Well, he's called the Hobbit.
Yeah. Not Dominic Moynihan, is it? It's the other one.
Yeah.
It was Merry, not Pippin, right?
The guy who was in Lost as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Am I wrong here?
No, his name has just completely fallen out of my head. What is his name?
Is it Dominic Moynihan? It might be Dominic Moynihan, actually, thinking about it.
Well, then what's the other one called?
Little Jimmy. Dominic Cummings. That guy could fuck off. Moynihan. Yeah, that's Dominic Moynihan, yeah. He's 45 now, you know.
And Billy Boyd is the other one. That's Pip.
Billy Boyd. There you go. Yeah. So yeah, Dominic Moynihan.
Mm-hmm.
He's and then you've got Wolverine. You've got Will.i.am.
William.
You've got the Blob.
I mean, you got Gambit. Oh, is that?
So Gambit's the guy that has apparently escaped in that. But the problem is, it's not really Gambit. So like, it doesn't really count because there's no way they'd do that to Gambit.
No. And now, because you've mentioned who plays Hangman?
Glenn Powell is Gambit, as far as I'm concerned now. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now I can only see that. Thanks, Dan.
Well, that's all you need to
think of it
because he's Gambit. I'm just literally typing in Glenn Powell Gambit and seeing if it's just my fan fiction that's up there. Gambit. So look, Glenn Powell fan casting. Glenn Powell as Remy LeBeau in Avengers. Here we go. Someone's already done it.
So I'm assuming that that's your big ask from Deadpool 3 is to somehow get Gambit to happen.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I want this to be a vehicle for Gambit, basically.
Yeah, there's only actually 5 minutes of Deadpool in it.
Yeah,
And then
and
it's
you go, here, that's happened now.
It's
Here's
all Gambit, all topless.
He's flying in a plane as well, and here he is.
So I want Gambit, who is also a highly
Hang on.
decorated F-18 pilot.
Yes, that's exactly what I want. But I don't really understand why this is such a problem, if I'm honest. I think it kind of makes sense, really.
Yeah, and then it's just half an hour of the film where he goes and plays touch football on the beach with me.
Yes, and by touch football. Anyway. Yeah, no, I think it would be fun to get like the original like cast of X-Men Origins Wolverine together.
I'm sure they would think it's fun as well.
Yeah, I think everyone would, and lots of jokes about that, obviously. So yeah. Blade director has left the project 2 months away from the starting of the filming, and he's left. We appreciate Bassam's talent and all the work he's done getting Blade to where it is. It's been an honor working with the wonderful folks at Marvel. We were able to put together a killer cast and crew, eager to see where the next director takes the film.
And there's
that's
no
not
real
good.
wording about who it's going to be yet, is there?
Why did they leave?
Didn't say. Suddenly in search for a new director, late Tuesday reported Bassam Tariq had departed the project in a statement released by Marvel. Due to continued shifts in our production schedule, Bassam is no longer moving forward as director of Blade, but will remain as executive producer on the film.
All right, okay.
Put together, can you confirm a new writer has been hired to board the projects for rewrites as well? Bo DeMayo is actively writing the script. He was involved in Moon Knight, so that's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and one of the Watchmen writers as well, Stacey Osei Kufo. Yeah, so that's fine. I think that's all right. That's seems like they left on reasonably good terms. So
especially if they're remaining as an executive producer, then that is definitely to do with just clash of schedules.
Or I mean, I suppose the other option is that maybe it is actually to do with the fact that, hey, if I'm an executive producer, you can still pay me, and I'll stick around for a little bit.
Yeah, exec producer can mean pretty much anything, really.
Yeah.
Well, at least it's the most important thing is it's still happening, and as far as I'm aware, they're still intending to include the line "Some motherfucker's always trying to ice skate uphill" in the film at some point. And as long as they do that, I can't see how it can be a bad movie.
I'm just lurching from news to news now. I'm like finding stories. I haven't got anything prepared, but I'm finding stories as we go. Kevin Bacon cast in Eddie Murphy's Beverly Hills Cop 4. Star alongside Eddie Murphy in the long-awaited next film in Murphy's famous franchise, Beverly Hills Cop, Axel Foley, it's called.
Do we...
Already got Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Taylor Page in leading roles, with Paul Reiser, Judge Reinhold, Bronson Pinchot, and John Ashton all reprising their roles from previous films. Commercial director Mark Malloy is making his directorial debut with a script by Josh Applebaum and Andre Nemec from A Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, along with Will Beall from Aquaman.
Just a question.
Yeah.
Do we actually need it? I mean, I love I actually probably prefer Beverly Hills Cop 2. I think it's probably the better one.
Hey, the heat is on.
But do we actually need it?
It's hardly a franchise that was crying out for a new installment, was it? But
the thing that always gets me is when Bobcat Goldthwait, he used to be on the Dan Harmon podcast. He said he'd just received, this was a couple of years ago, he received a phone call asking, hey, we're thinking about rebooting Police Academy. Do you want to be part of it? And he said his exact words were, I think the last thing the world needs right now is a film making fun of incompetent cops doing things wrong. And I kind of think the same about Beverly Hills Cop. I don't really want to root for the cops in this one.
Well, look, you would have to hope that it is done in a way that reflects the reality of the world now. Or maybe it's set in the 80s still. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
There'll be some aging questions to answer, but
Yes,
took a lot of coke.
in the last week.
Yeah. But yeah, you would have to. So like like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, for instance, they threw away half a season's worth of scripts because they basically said like we can't just carry on and pretend that things haven't happened that have fundamentally changed how people see and interact with the police.
You will be pleased to know this is a straight to Netflix film as well.
Well, that's always a mark of quality, isn't it? So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Generally,
I love straight to Netflix has become the straight to DVD or straight to video thing.
It's
Straight to
not so much-
Netflix.
It's not that it's like a guarantee that it'll be bad,
no.
but it's more like it's like they don't bother to check before they greenlight something. So it also doesn't mean it's good.
No,
You think just
absolutely doesn't. Mean
other
it's good.
organisations might think a bit more before dropping $60 million on something. Netflix apparently like, oh, great idea, mate. Yeah, go for it. There's something else. The next Star Trek movie has been indefinitely postponed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it was going to be Matt Shackman directing it, but he's obviously been lured over to do Fantastic Four for the MCU. So it's currently sort of on hiatus. I think it was quite far. I hadn't started shooting or anything, but it was like definitely going to happen. There was a script and crew attached and everything.
Yeah, like
I really liked the last one.
well, the last Star Trek film.
It was ridiculous, but I quite liked it.
Is that the one where he jumps over a bunch of aliens on a motorbike?
It is, yes.
Yeah, it's a weird one, that one.
Because
Because it's not. It's definitely not bad, but it's.
It's
yeah.
not good, but it's also not bad. But it was quite enjoyable.
Maybe that's just a good category. Is like it's not a good film, it's not a bad film, but I really enjoyed it.
It's got Shure in it, though, isn't it? Is that the one with Shure?
I can't remember. They all blur into one bit, to be honest, for me.
Her voice is amazing, so Overwatch 2 is a very unusual requirement for players. When Overwatch 2 releases next week, we'll have a new requirement applicable to all users, a phone number. According to a new blog post from Blizzard, this is on comicbook.com, by the way, all players will be required to connect a phone number to their Battle.net accounts to play the game, and the same number cannot be used multiple accounts. The idea is that having a connected phone number will make it harder for accounts to be compromised, while also making it hard for bad actors to circumvent suspension by creating a second or third account. I don't really want Activision Blizzard to have my phone number.
Yeah.
I don't really. I mean, pay-as-go SIM cards. You can. Why do you think people have burner phone? I mean, it's not that difficult to get another SIM card. If you're really going to be a dick and wanting to circumvent something, it's like £10.
Yeah, I suppose it just adds to the hassle of it, though, doesn't it? I mean, I'm presuming there'll be some sort of verification here, like you have to respond to a text message or something. Otherwise, you just put in a random number, couldn't you? But it's yet more like all these. Like, it honestly really puts me off. Having all these proprietary launchers that you have to have accounts for. So Ubisoft, Epic, EA, fucking EA. You just want to play a game, but you can't just download it and play it. You have to log into your account, open up their proprietary launcher, download updates for the launcher so it can serve you more adverts, and then download an update for the game, and then it might, if it feels kindly disposed to you, let you actually play the game after half an hour or so. They really bug me, and I don't even play games all that often. Like, if I was trying to, back in the day when I had all day to do this sort of thing, you'd probably feel like you spent half your time just signing into various different accounts.
Yeah,
they're really annoying, and they only exist to give data and advertising opportunities to the publishers.
Yeah, 100%.
They don't really do anything else that you couldn't just do in the game. All the anti-cheating stuff and all that sort of stuff. You don't have to have a separate little launcher and ecosystem for that.
No, like It's probably not perfect, but you could probably there are ways round stopping people cheating that don't require your phone number.
Yeah, it's just anything with data like that. It's a colossal responsibility.
Yeah.
They've already got people's names, addresses, and credit card numbers. If you get someone's phone number as well, that's frequently used as a source for two-factor authentication. So that's an incredibly valuable bit of information to have.
Yeah, and it's only secure until Blizzard get hacked.
Yeah,
as well.
And they're going to be one of the biggest targets for it. So unless they really need that data, they shouldn't have it.
Agreed.
Is basically the position you should adopt with anything. Unless you really, really need it, you shouldn't have it. But what you get is marketing people going, oh, but we really, really need it because we might be able to sell them some more stuff.
Yeah. Did we think about getting Tom involved tonight? Was that an option?
Is he available?
I don't know. Shall I ask him to just log into the Zoom call?
Yeah. Basically, if he's
we'll see what he says.
I mean, if he's now just pissed on the free canapes,
yeah,
I don't particularly want to talk to him.
The Zoom call for 5 minutes.
Yeah, he can just dial into this, and it should work, shouldn't it?
Want to log into the Zoom call for 5 minutes? I just sent him a message. Tom. I didn't actually send it to Tom, did I? Aimed at you, Tom. Right. Should we talk about GTA 6 for a bit? We haven't actually had a chance to talk about it yet. There's a load of leaks.
Somehow the biggest and yet the least informative and interesting leak in history.
Yeah.
So it's given away the fact that you walk around a city committing crimes and driving cars. So that's basically spoiled the whole thing. I mean, I don't know what you were expecting, but I did not think that would happen in a GTA game.
It's just not like the other ones, is it, really?
What, walking around stealing cars?
Yeah. Well, you're going to steal a car?
So it's pretty much the only thing that this is really confirmed is that it's in Vice City.
Which I am fucking for, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's go.
There's
still one of my favourite games is GTA Vice City.
There's a female... Well, you can't really even say it's a protagonist. It looks like it could be a protagonist, but this is all very early stuff. But they had already said there was going to be a female character in it. I mean, other than that, like, there's not. It's all sort of animation tests and mechanic tests and things, and it looks very unfinished.
Yeah,
like even the graphics, like, they look basically the same as GTA 5. Because they're obviously not finished. It seems quite early in development, this stuff. So it's probably moved on a lot since this stuff was taken.
Yeah. I'd imagine so.
All that stuff the hacker was saying about, like, you know, you need to come to some sort of a deal or I'm going to release the source code is obviously bollocks.
Yeah.
Because nothing's happening. It sounds like they got access to Rockstar's Slack system. So basically, all they could get was stuff that people have messaged backwards and forwards to each other internally. So all these videos and things have been posted on their Slack channels, and this hacker could access that and download them.
Yeah.
So they're quite interesting. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
Here he is. Look at this.
Look who it is.
Hello.
Let me tell you, how you doing? He's still connecting to audio. Wait for those three little dots to stop bouncing.
Yeah.
He's there. Welcome, Tom.
Hello, I am here.
Hello.
I'm doing the podcast from a pub just near the Imperial War Museum, where I have been to the preview evening of the IWM's exhibition War Games.
Nice.
Special guest, Chris Davis, over here.
How you doing?
Hello.
You're live. Please swear.
Of the exhibition, Chris Cooper.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hello.
Hi guys.
How you doing?
Tom, how was it? Was it?
Yeah.
Glad to miss you tonight.
Sorry.
Yeah, circumstances have conspired.
Yeah, I was at work till. Well, let me put it this way: we started about 9:15, so that's when I was pretty much at work till. So apologies. I am sorry.
I'm just babysitting. I've not got an exciting excuse.
I
Mine's
live
not
in
exciting,
Scotland.
but yeah, Duncan lives in Scotland. That's a fairly good reason. Yeah.
Tom, how was it? Where are you?
So we're literally just across the road in a pub, having a post-exhibition pint of, what's this called? Neck oil. This is neck oil.
Oh, it's great stuff.
Good choice.
Yeah, good choice.
Yeah.
Just a nice little sort of post-exhibition thing. I have to say, it's absolutely bizarre to think that our faces are in an exhibition of this standing at, at an institution like the IWM.
Yeah, well, I
And
mean,
you can tell,
they did have
very
standing,
much-
but they're probably about to be massively discredited when it turns out that we're just a bunch of no-hopers that don't know what we're talking about.
the thing that's most, I think, important to probably point out is that our talking heads are all alongside talking heads from, not just developers of video games, but also so many academics who have very interesting things to say about the psychology of why people play video games, but also, the sort of psychological impact that they have on us.
Yeah.
And it's very odd to see all of our faces alongside those, but we are the voice of the gaming public. So
you were walking on,
you know-
listening to like the academics bits, going, yeah, it's an interesting point, but I think you'll actually find if you listen to this random nobody next to you, you'll get a much more interesting take on things.
It's really good that no one asked me, what are your qualifications? What are your podcast numbers? That kind of stuff. Because then maybe whatever slim vestiges of credibility we had might have started to slip away.
Yeah,
But
it's
it was really nice. And
all
I've got to say,
authenticity.
being in the IWM, like after hours, when it's all completely empty and you're surrounded by all that sort of history and all those artifacts and all those kind of things, it's pretty special. And to think that over the next, what is it? It's up until the end of May. Is that right?
End of May, yeah.
End of
Blimmin'
May.
heck.
That, there's like 7 or 8 months ahead of us where that exhibition's taking place, man, and we're part of it. That's amazing.
That is incredible. Thank you so much as well for the opportunity, obviously. Thank you.
No, you guys are more than welcome. But
Thank you.
First thought, when we needed some gamers, was you guys, obviously.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah, your contribution sits seamlessly alongside those academics and psychologists and game developers. Like, no, honestly, like the things that you had to say were absolutely spot on.
Thank you.
Someone's 4
Your
points in, but
perspective is no more irrelevant. Well, it's more relevant.
Yeah.
than-
Well,
than
it was such a fascinating thing to do and to
Yeah.
just sort of think about things in that way. So yeah, so it's on until 28th of May. The exhibition's on to War Games at the Imperial Museum in London. Get down there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. If you want to see our giant bonces like on big screens.
Honestly, our heads are so big. There's this one part of the exhibit. I think it's number 3, right?
Yeah.
Number 3 with the big digitized screen. Number 3.
Yeah, room
Yeah.
3.
Room 3.
Level 3.
Yeah, level 3. It is enormous, man. Our heads are like, when Dorothy goes to visit the Wizard of Oz, and like the big head, like who dares approach the Wizard of Oz? It was honestly, it's like that. I walked in and Dan's head was right there on this massive screen. It was quite an experience, I gotta say.
I've had nightmares like that.
And some dreams.
I think Tom's going to have some very good dreams tonight.
Yeah. Well, lucky Tom. Yeah.
I've
Awesome.
got a lot of material in the bank, that's for sure.
Tom, thanks for representing when the rest of us flaked hard.
Yes, I'm so sorry.
No worries. No, it's all good. We might have a quote with our name in the Metro on Friday, so keep your eyes peeled for that.
Is it?
Who
I can
knows?
take
Over the
over
next
well.
6 months, our listeners might, add
Increase
1 or
by
2
4.
people.
That's amazing. Thank you so much, Tom.
Awesome.
And thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Chris,
No
back to your
worries.
drinks.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Waving enthusiastically.
And now, awkwardly, don't make eye contact while you try and remember the. I was about to just hang up on it and then realise that would just end the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not the way to do it.
Seamlessly
There we go.
professional. There we
Exciting.
go.
Yes, that is
we
one
need
of the more exciting things that we've kind of done on this.
That
I mean, yeah.
is exclusive news as well.
I'm gonna,
Yeah.
put
We're gonna have
the-
to go down at some point. We should do like some videos and stuff. Oh,
Whoa, where's it gone?
whoa, yeah.
There we go. Yeah, it's War Games at the Imperial War Museum in London. Where is it now? It's like just south of.
It's Elephant and Castle, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like Elephant and
Yeah.
Castle, just south of Southwark. Isn't it? It's 30th until 28th of May. It's free to get in because it's a museum, but the exhibition's free as well. It's not one of those ticketed ones.
But we'll be hanging around outside with hats on the floor. So if you fancy just like flinging a quid every day, whole way.
But like,
That'd
there
be
are
nice.
also some very interesting people, like the people
Yeah.
that developed like Armour 3, This War of Mine,
Oh, I fucking love that game.
Call of Duty, 6 Days in Fallujah, Sniper
I've never had
Elite.
Call of Duty. Is it good?
There's some really Worms, weren't they?
Yeah.
Which is a really interesting take on a war game.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some great stuff there. I can't wait to go and see all the stuff that's not us.
I can't wait to see the stuff as us as well,
Oh, yeah,
Ross.
oh,
I can't help
oh,
it. I want to see my
Damn, I'm trying to be fucking
giant
cool
head.
about it here. I can't believe that this has happened, and obviously I can't wait to go and see it.
No. I think we appear to have frozen Russ on the stream.
Really?
Because he tried to share.
Yeah.
Can people still hear us?
Should be able to.
Either of you, can you
Christ,
hear
yeah.
us?
There's only 2 people watching. Oh dear, it's not quite the 700 odd views.
The
that-
Top Gun's got. Yeah, that's doing well.
Why is that not working? I genuinely don't know what's going on there.
We
There
are
we go.
so professional.
Pros to the end.
I hadn't changed it. It's just frozen up. I just turned it off and on in. Maybe
Cool.
You know when you get programs pop up with that thing saying you should really update this program. It's been like 4 versions. I might do it now.
Right. I think that's like I haven't got much to use. It was the big ones were GTA. There we go. Hello. I can see us now. The big ones were GTA 6 and
And us
Deadpool.
being famous.
And us being famous as well. Yeah.
The GTA 6 thing has been quite interesting in just terms of how inconsequential it was.
Yeah,
It-
and
it
yet how
hasn't-
much trouble this guy's
obviously,
getting in.
Rockstar aren't happy about it, but this has hardly ruined things for them.
No,
It's not
like
a
this
full
game can
source
sell
code leak.
fucking minute. If anything, it was nice that someone went out there and dropped them like a little bit of PR.
Yeah, because I think they'd really have struggled if they hadn't.
A little game like GTA really needs the help. So yeah,
Mhm.
they could honestly like they. This is the thing. I always think like this shows why I'm not a proper marketing person. But I always think like, why do people like Coke and Pepsi need to bother marketing?
yeah,
Like, I'm guessing the answer is if they didn't, they wouldn't be successful companies anymore. But like,
Yeah.
you do have to imagine that if they just released GTA 6 without bothering to do any marketing whatsoever, it's still going to be the best-selling game of all time.
yeah.
You do still want to grab some attention.
Yeah, and also if you did
Like, the
no
internet
marketing
would do that
whatsoever,
job for them.
if you did no marketing at all, no one would know when it was coming out.
Yeah.
I still think it would probably just be ridiculously successful anyway.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, the part of the marketing is sending it out to like games testers. So if you didn't do that, and then suddenly a game was launched, then you sort of, I mean, yes, GTA would still be successful if you just went, oh yeah, we're dropping this now, and people are like, whoa, what the?
I'd just be really interested to see what happens if they did it. Go on, Rockstar, dare you? I mean, it's not going to happen, is it? It's going to have a higher marketing budget than most feature films have for their entire production.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll do the thing they always do, which is spend all the money they have and then make it back like 20 times over. So
Yeah.
that'd be my guess anyway. That's about it. I'm sure there's probably is some other news, but that's the only ones I'm really interested in. So
There we go. That's the
Yeah.
news criteria.
done here.
Uh,
Oh, hang on.
You've got some more news.
Resident Evil 4 Remake leak
Oh.
teases release for unannounced flat platform. I'm in. I'm so in. A recent leak associated with Capcom's upcoming remake of Resident Evil 4 has teased a release for a previously unannounced platform. At this point in time, Capcom has confirmed that Resident Evil 4 will be arriving early next year on PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X, and PC. And while it seems odd that the Xbox One isn't included in this lineup, it seems that Capcom could be announcing that in the future.
Okay.
All in.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of
obviously you're all in because it's Resident Evil 4.
Never heard of
it. Never heard of it existing on one type of platform. Well, I don't know. I can't think of something that it might not exist on.
No, I have got it on all the other platforms, so I'm going to need it on this one as well.
Is that us?
I'm done. I'm done. I apologise that this has been a bit ramshackle. The next podcast will be. Let's do something fun next week, shall we?
Searching questions.
I thought you did that fairly recently. We'll have a think offline.
I haven't done one since. No, the last one you did was possibly July when I was on holiday.
Okay,
but I mean, this is still podcast admin. This is behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, but I'm adding still content. It's still content. It might not be good content, but it's good padding. It's a bit like my belly. Good padding.
We'll have a think, but let's do something fun next week. That's as far as I'm willing to go.
Any questions from the viewers? The two viewers.
Paul just said that complete my bingo card. I'm assuming he was talking about when we said Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
We have not mentioned the G2 baby, the Gremlins 2 sketch from Key and Peele. That's another one we have to mention. And we haven't mentioned Mirror's Edge doing it first, sorry, Deus Ex doing it first, but Cyberpunk doing it better. Although it didn't really in the end, did it?
No. And we haven't mentioned The Expanse.
Oh, The Expanse is a really good TV series.
There might be there is big news.
Yeah.
But maybe we should let Tom announce that big news.
Oh,
there's actually Russ has got big news.
Oh yeah, Russ.
Tell us what you've actually watched.
I thought
you've watched Stranger Things.
Yeah. I'm halfway through season 3 of Stranger Things. It's all right, isn't it?
There we're going. Boom.
It's pretty good.
That is fresh news.
It's pretty good. It's not spectacular. It's not as good as The Expanse, but it's pretty good.
It's not as good as The Expanse. You are 100% correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's wrap it up then. I hope that's completed everyone's bingo. You can don't forget to follow us on all the socials at TMTOH on Instagram. Is there a TikTok?
No. Kind of. I've just not done anything with it. So
Twitter was there. Facebook probably never really post there, and obviously that's it. No Snapchat or anything else. That was the socials. I'm doing really well on the wrapping up. So thank you very much for watching.
Is it radio producers too? They sit there going like that, don't they? For like fucking wrap it up.
Right, that's again admin. Right, and without much further ado, I say night, Dan. Goodbye, Dan.
Bye. Sure.
Ta-ra, Russ.
Laters, taters.
And it's goodbye from me. Cue the music. Smooth.